This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And the Neshannock Lancers are your two.
And we welcome you to Montour High School, Burkett Park, for today's first round of the Wpial Class 2A tournament between the Laurel Spartans and the Charleroi Cougars. Eric Thomas with you here live at Montour Spartans Stadium, Burkett Park. We are underway early. We were scheduled for a 5 o'clock first pitch. After the last game ran a little bit late, we're underway here in the top half of the first with Charleroi at bat. It is Jace Pager leading things off for the Cougars, the shortstop hitting .320 this season. On the mound for Laurel in this matchup today, it is Hunter Kobalka, 5-2 with a 2.58 ERA this season for the Spartans. It's a 2-1 count to Pager. Stays alive, that's foul back. Starting lineups today are brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Visit them online at doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. Here's a look at Charleroi's order. It'll be Pager, Beveridge, and Henderson. O'Neill Woods will be the starting pitcher today for Charleroi, and then Dylan Klinger, along with Logan Catellis and Laser Glasser, will be the DH for the Cougars. Defensively, for the Spartans, you take a look at it. Kovalka is on the mound. It's Kissick and McCrackle at the corner, Santini and Shearer. Middle infield, Carlson's behind the plate. Outfield left to right is Zwolnick, McBride, and Faulkner. Count goes to 3-2 now on Pager. And that one is popped up. And after quick discussion, finally over to make the play is the second baseman, Shear. One away. First pitch delivery today brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems, or get cases of bottles delivered to your home or work. Jake Beveridge, the center fielder for Charleroi, as he throws down the bunt, high one, as Kobalka fields it. High throw to first, and beating out the throw down the line is Beveridge for the infield single.
Now batting third baseman number 8, Brock Henderson.
So that'll bring up Brock Henderson, the third baseman for Charleroi. 364, 17 driven in. It's a Charleroi team that likes to run the bases as well. When they get on, they will for sure be looking to steal. That one is ripped in the air to left, and coming on to make the play is Zwolnick, and there are 2 away.
Now batting right fielder number 5, Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill, the right fielder now for Charleroi. 367 on the season, 9 driven in, has struck out 17 times and walked 13 times. It's a big cut for strike 1. Throw over to first and back is Beveridge. That one is sharply hit foul. Quickly 0-2 on O'Neill. Caden Woods, the starter for Charleroi, is on deck. The 0-2 pitch upcoming now from Kabalka. That one's in the air to left once again. It's going to get down in front of left fielder Zwolnik for a base hit. There are 2 aboard with singles here in the top half of the first.
Now batting pitcher number 7, Caden Woods.
Caden Woods will step in for Charleroi. 302, 10 RBI this season. 1 extra base hit, a double. Charleroi has not hit a home run this season. Laurel has not yielded a home run this season. Kabalka set and delivers. That one is sharply hit over the bag on third and into left, and rounding third and headed home is Beveridge for the first run of the afternoon, and it's 1-0 Charleroi. So an RBI single, 3 singles in the inning already for Charleroi. Henderson gets down to second, and standing on first is Woods, and we'll get a courtesy runner for Woods, the starter. Jackson Karenko, the left fielder, at the dish now. He looks at ball 1. 2 gone here in the top of the first, and Laurel's already given up a run. RBI single by Woods. That one's in the air to center. It's going to get down for another base hit, rounding third, and heading home and scoring easily is going to be O'Neill. And the runner, Karenko, will advance to second. And another runner on third, a 2-out RBI single for Karenko, and it's 2-0 Charleroi. Dylan Klinger, the catcher, hitting .250. Bottom of the order for Charleroi: Klinger, Catellis, and Glasser. None of them hitting higher than .267, but a golden opportunity here. With a runner on the corner and 1 on second, and it's Karenko on second. 2-0 the count now as Kabalka finding himself in some hot water here early in this game. And that one's across for strike 1. 2-1 the count now. That one is hit foul. First base side. Just foul on that first base bag. It's going to be there for ball 3. 3-2 the count now. Big swing and a miss by Klinger, and he is down on strikes, but damage done in the top half of the first for Charleroi. 4 hits, 2 runs, no errors, and 2 left. They take a 2-0 lead here on Laurel in the first round of the Wpial tournament. Laurel coming to bat.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
2-0 Charleroi with Laurel coming to bat. And we'll take a look at the Spartans lineup As we see it here, Kissick, Santini, and Kabalka will lead things off. If anybody gets on, Carlson. See McBride, Shearer, Zwolnik. One change down the line. They are going to play Connor Mackerel at third base and Braden Faulkner in right. So you see it there. We have Ryan Michaels listed. It's actually going to be Connor Mackerel who will be in place there. He will DH this afternoon for the Spartans. On the mound for Charleroi, it is Caden Woods, 3-3 this season with a 4.80 ERA, 33 innings pitched, 38 hits, 36 runs, 26 earned, 51 strikeouts, and 11 walks issued on the season. This Laurel lineup hitting .293 with 87 walks on 122 strikeouts. There's a look at the Charleroi defense. Karenko, Beveridge, and O'Neill in the outfield. Henderson and Cotelis at the corners. Pager and Usher in the middle infield. Woods and Klinger on the bump and behind the dish, respectively. Early lead for Charleroi, 2-0. All 4 hits in the top half of the first singles. And looking at strike one is Kissick, who leads things off here, hitting .271, 7 RBI, 20 walks. Has a double to his credit and 11 strikeouts this season. Big swing and a miss. And quickly falling behind 0-2. Getting down the line to first and safe is going to be Kissick reaching. So early knock for Laurel.
Now batting shortstop number 4, Lucas Santini.
That'll be Santini due up next. He is sitting .297 this season with 15 RBI. Looks at strike one. In there for ball 2, 2-1 to count out to Santini. Santini with 6 stolen bases on the season. Again, a handful of these Laurel players will take off. Kissick, not among them, though. He is not one of the leaders on this team as far as stolen bases go. Santini, the number 2 pitcher for this Laurel team. And it's now 3-1. To Santini. Kabalka is due up next. And then Carlson. And if anybody else reaches, it'll be McBride batting 5th in the inning. It's in there for strike 2, 3-2 now to Santini. Throw back over to first by Woods, and Kissick is back in time. And Santini is down on strikes for out number 1. Hunter Kabalka will stand in. 228, 11 RBI, 11 walks. Struck out 21 times, does have 4 doubles on the season. And in there for ball 1. That is low and misses for ball 2, and quickly Kobaka ahead 2-0. That one, Kobaka takes a look at that. He is hit by the pitch. Dangerous gave Woods a look down the line. That is the third time this season that Kobaka has been hit by a pitch. So now runners on first and second for Laurel as Kissick goes down the line to second. And Colton Carlson due up now, hitting .475, 29 hits to lead the team this season. And he's been the big offensive output for this team. 5 RBI against Eden Christian, and also 5 against Southside earlier this season. So he has had some games in which he has produced over half of the runs in a game for, close to half of the runs in a game for Laurel this season. So 0-1 now to Carlson. McBride on deck. Shearer would be up after him. Laurel trying to get at least a run back here after they fall behind 2-0 in the top of the first. That one's across for strike 2, and it's 0-2. Carlson gets under that one, and that's going to get out of play. Good look at the backstop there here at Burkett Park, home of the Montour Spartans. Good look also at Kissick standing on second base from our center field camera. That one is giving a ride out to center. And on to make the play is Beveridge, and there are 2 away. So Carlson retired, runners stay put, and that'll bring up McBride, the center fielder. 340 on the season, 14 RBI, 12 walks. He has struck out 15 times and doubled twice. Good time for a double here if you're Laurel. That might tie this thing up at 2 apiece. Woods good on strike 1, and it's 0-1 now to McBride. And looking at strike 2 is McBride. Quickly 0-2. Defensive alignment for Laurel today brought to you by Madurbanner Law. So we'll see the Spartans here if they can come up with one. A little reach out shot to first, and Woods has to hustle over to first to make the play, and will. No runs on 1 hit, and no errors. And there are 2 left for Laurel. They strand 2. They trail it 2-0 here in the first round of the Wpial playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
No 2 companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Back here in the top of the second inning, 2-0 Charleroi over Laurel in the first round of the Wpial tournament. The winner of this game will move on to Monday's quarters, and they will take on the number 1 seed Sarah Catholic. That is scheduled for Monday at a site and time to be determined. The third game after us here tonight, Burgettstown and Jeanette, they will meet the winner of Greensburg Central Catholic and Washington. That game was at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And that'll be the other half of the bracket here in 2A. We'll give you a couple of scores from the out-of-town scoreboard here in a little bit as the dangerously first out of the inning, as Cotelis is retired on a ground out to Santini at short, and there's one away. So Laser Glasser, the designated hitter, stands in, hitting 125. He's driven in 5. No extra base hits for either him or Cotelis here at the bottom of the order, as Kobalka goes back out to work here for his second inning. That the defensive lineup for Laurel is brought to you by Madurb Honor Law, MadurBHonorLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. Flexible appointment hours as well. Online again at MadurBHonorLaw.com. 1-1 the count now to Glasser. Low for ball 2, 2-1 the count. After Glasser, we go back to the top of the order for Charleroi with Pager, and then Beveridge after him. That one gets across for strike 2, 2-2 the count now. And a big swing and a miss for Glasser as he goes down on strike. Second strikeout for Kobalka, and that'll go back again to the top of the order. And Pager with 2 gone here in the top of the second. Pager popped out to second to begin the game. It's a Charleroi lineup that hits .312 collectively. Counting the 2 today, they've struck out 110 times this season. No home runs again, but 18 doubles to their credit this season is. Pager looking at a 1-1 count now. Kobalka seems to have settled down after a shaky start to this one. That one's chopped foul, third base side. Kobalka set. And that one is tipped foul into the backstop. It's now 1-2 to Pager. High pop up out to right. That is drifting towards the line, and over to make the play is Faulkner. And 1, 2, 3 goes Charleroi in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Still 2-0 Charleroi here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Xenia-Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Bottom half of the second inning here at Burkett Park as Woods goes back to work for Charleroi, and Laurel facing still a 2-0 hole. And they will have Shear, Zwolnik, and Mackerel due up here in the home half of the second inning. We'll take a look at our keys to the game here today momentarily as Woods will face Shear for the first time this afternoon. 276 hitter is Shear, 13 RBI, 6 walks, and 11 strikeouts. And he fouls pitch number 1 back for strike 1. That one is in there for strike 2. Woods this season has pitched pretty well. This will be one of our keys to the game here. Let's take a look at our keys to the game presented by Works in Progress Paint Services. Call Joe Wright at 724-714-4294. No big innings for Charleroi, and that's going to be really on the shoulders of Woods, who has had some monster outings. That's a slow dribbler to third. Tough play over at third base by Henderson. Good throw over. But Shear is going to beat it down the line for an infield single, and there's one aboard. And Woods this season, May 6, 10-4 win over Chartiers Houston. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. All of them earned 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. That's his last outing of the season. His best this season, though, came back on April 9th, allowed 1 hit and struck out 13 to Bentworth. He had 23 strikeouts in consecutive starts this season. And then he's had games where he's been touched up as that one's going to get deep in the hole to short. Off-balance throw over to second, and it's going to sail into right field. And Zwolnik is going to be aboard, and over to second is going to be Shear with no outs here. We'll see how they – should be a throwing error on the shortstop Pager. Standing on second is Shear. Zwolnik is on first, and Mackerel, the third baseman, 333 this season. Shows bunt, squares to it. That's going to go as a field single on Zwolnik. No error officially assessed, at least according to Game Changer. You could make the case, since you can't assume the out anyway, as that one's popped up, but it lands foul, that there wouldn't be an out anyway. So pair of singles here in the home half of the inning. Still no outs. 2 strikes down to Mackerel with Braden Faulkner on deck. Swing and a miss, and Mackerel is retired. So 1 gone here with 2 on for Laurel, and that's going to bring it up Braden Faulkner, the right fielder. 273, 6 RBIs, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a double to his credit this season. Standing on second is Shear, and on first is Zwolnik with 1 gone, and Laurel trailing 2-0. one is ripped in the air and right at the center fielder. Beveridge tagging and heading home is Shear. He will slide in there safely. More the first run of the afternoon for Laurel, and it's now 2-1 Charleroi. Zolnik stands on second. RJ Kissick comes back to the top of the order now for the Spartans with 2 gone, but they do get a run across, and it's 2-1 now. Good base running that time. Shear and Zolnik doing their part to advance on the base paths and getting the fly output RBI by Faulkner. 1-0 now to Kissick, who singled in his first time up. And that's in there for strike one. 1-1 the count now with 2 gone. Kissick, who again singled in his first time up, 7 driven in this season. That one tipped foul for strike 2. 1-2 the count now. Tying run standing on second. That one is low for ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Kissick. Santini on deck if anybody else is on. And they keep the inning alive. Kobalka will be up after Santini. That one's hit foul up the third base line and out of play. Stays 2-2. Two pitch, and that is in there for ball 3. So 3-2 now to Kissick. That RBI by Faulkner. A Toshiba RBI. Call Dale at 412-290-2156 for all your printer output devices and digital workflow solutions. That one is tapped up the first base line and foul. So Kissick will stay alive. 3-2 now. Be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And that'll be Kissick down on strikes. So 1 run on 2 hits, officially no errors, and 1 stranded. Charleroi still leading, but Laurel got a run back. It's now 2-1 Charleroi. We head to the top of the 3rd here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Go to the top of the third inning here at Burkett Park. It is 2-1 Charleroi. Beveridge, Henderson, and O'Neill due up for the Cougars. If anybody reaches, Woods would bat fourth. Kabalka back out for another inning of work. He's been solid now. He settled down really after that first inning when he got in some trouble. As that is popped up and into center, shallow center, as McBride is on to make the play. And there's one gone. Brock Henderson, who flew out to left his first time up. Kabalka's thrown 34 pitches. It's the 11th batter that he's faced. Again, pretty much settled down after that first half of the first inning where you got in a lot of trouble. Now, the benefit to it is that the AA teams will not play again until Monday. No idea why the schedule is so spread out like it is. And then they'll play back-to-back Monday, Tuesday quarters. So the pitching, not an issue here today. They can extend really as many guys as they need to, and they'll be fine for next week as it's 1-2 now to Henderson. O'Neill due up after him. Henderson, the RBI machine for Charleroi this season. That one sharply hit back up the middle off the mound, then into center field. And Henderson will be aboard with a single with one gone. And Henderson had 5 RBI on April 22nd and 4 against Chartiers Houston on May 6th. Brings up Tyler O'Neill. Singleton scored a run his first plate appearance this afternoon. Trying to add another here against Kabalka. And what is a 2-1 tight game right now here in the top half of the third inning. Chartiers Houston is in the books already today with a win over Freedom. 6 seed advances to Monday's quarters. One game after us here with Burgettstown and Jeanette. Trying to get you a score in the Greensburg Central Washington game. That was at 2 o'clock. That game was at Gateway High School. Got action going on all over the place. Today we'll give you a full Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard update here shortly. 2-0 or 2-0 the count right now to O'Neill. That one is roped, and it is foul on the right field side. Would have been a long single and some big-time trouble for Laurel at that point had that landed fair. Two and one to O'Neill with Woods on deck. And there for ball 3. 3-1 now to O'Neill. There goes the runner. Oh. Foul. And we'll do it again with O'Neill. Three and two to O'Neill. Swing and a miss. And O'Neill is down on strikes for the second out of the inning. So Caden Woods will stand in. He singled and drove in a run in the first. His 11th RBI of the season. We'll check on the runner there. He's back. It's Braden Samala who is on first, the courtesy runner. He is a threat to steal. Leads with 6 stolen bases this season. And there he goes again. That one's hit foul one more time. Team has 28 stolen bases, and they got 4 players with at least 5. So Charleroi does like to get on a move on the base pass here. They are not shy about trying to swipe bags. It's 0-2 now to Woods. Outfield playing at normal depth across the way. Kabalka delivers. That one is sharply hit up the middle, right to short, and on to first. And a good throw by Santini, and the inning comes to a close. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 stranded. We have played 2.5, and it's still 2-1 Charleroi here in the Lawrence County Sports Network. Powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
If you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Back here at Burkett Park, Eric Thomas with you as we go to the bottom of the third. And it'll be the Spartans coming to bat. Santini, Kabalka, and Carlson to lead things off here. 2-1 Charleroi as they put 2 across in the top of the first.
Starting it off for the Spartans is shortstop number 4, Luca
Santini
Santini.
struck out his first time up this afternoon. It's 1-0 now to Luca, the shortstop. That gets across for strike 1, 1-1 now. Santini, Kabalka, Carlson. If anybody gets on, McBride. And should the inning extend, Shear, who singled and scored a run, will get another crack. Santini rips that in the air to center. Coming on to make the play in time is Beveridge, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting pitcher number 13.
Now to bring up Kabalka. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And it was upstairs as well. Very dangerous, non-intentional hit by pitch for Kabalka. Stands in and takes a big cut for strike 1. High for ball 1, so 1-1 the count out of Kabalka. So far, 1-3-0 for Laurel in this game. And that one low and misses for ball 2. 2-1 the count out of Cabalca. Skips up into the protector of Klinger, the catcher. 42nd pitch by Woods here. So far, minus the one hiccup, he has been pretty solid as that one's in there for strike 2. Full count now to Cabalca. And he has to sidestep that one, and Cabalca will take first on a walk.
Stepping up to the plate, catcher number 24, Colton Carlson.
First walk issued by either pitcher here today. Going to bring up Carlson. Carlson flew out to center. Back in the first. Got that power, though. He is the power man for this Laurel lineup. In there for strike 1. 0-1 the count out of Carlson. Back over to first and back there in time. That one is hit in the air to right. And on to make the play is O'Neill, and scampering back to first is going to be Cabalca, and Carlson is retired. So a couple of flyouts for Carlson, and that'll bring up J.J. McBride. McBride, who grounded out his first time up here this afternoon. Last chance here possibly for Laurel in the third. Tip foul into the backstop. 1-1 the count now. One pitch from Woods, run around first, and that one is chopped foul up the third base line. 1-2 the count. Back to first. And a good block that time behind home plate by Klinger. Count at 2-2 now. And a reach that time by McBride. And the swinging strikeout, he is retired. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left. We have played 3 here at Burkett Park, and it's still 2-1 Charleroi. Let's get you a Maley Minute here while we have a chance between the innings here. And your Maley Minute, really not much to tell you about right now. Union, the number 1 seed in boys 1A. They are awaiting the winner of Carmichael's and Carleton. That game actually happened today at 2 o'clock, and again, we'll get you an update on the scores as well. Otherwise, in action here today, you have this game in AA, and then you go up to 3A for baseball. And in 3A, of course, Mohawk in action against East Allegheny. You can follow along that game on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Neshannock taking on Waynesburg Central. That's at Boyce Mayview Park tonight at 7 o'clock. That is scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch. Riverside, of course, the number 1 seed in the AAA bracket. No surprise there. They had that duel with Mohawk last week in which they swept both games in that highly emotional game, the second game of that series the other day. In the 4A bracket, these games are on Wednesday, so they won't be in action until Wednesday. Nobody in the county on that side or in that bracket to worry about. And of course, Mount Lebanon, one of the favorites in 6A, and they'll get the 6A tournament underway here as well. And on the softball side, of course, we have a couple teams that are alive everywhere. Union softball, one of the favorites to win it. They're going to be in action. These games will be today. Most of these games today, as we get 1 pitch and 1 out. And Karenko is retired to start the top half of the 4th inning. And that's your Maley Minute. Out-of-town scoreboard coming your way shortly again. We'll keep an eye on all the action here this afternoon. 2-1 here, Charleroi in front. That's going to bring up Klinger, the catcher, struck out his first time up. And that's in there for ball 1. Kabalka back out to work again, and he has looked pretty sharp since that first inning. 50th pitch upcoming, so he's halfway done here this afternoon. Lucas Santini would be the next guy up in the rotation today for Laurel. It's 2-0 quickly on Klinger. And that's a foul ball for strike 1. 2-1 the count now. Again, the AA bracket will not resume action until next week, so they have a chance to get their pitching in order to get into the quarters and the semis next week. It sets up very awkwardly in that regard, which they can pitch anybody they want today, really. No consequences the rest of the week. Even if there was a rain out today, no consequences the rest of the week. And then you come back on Monday and Tuesday, and you can get your 1 and 2 in there if you desire. And then you can bring your number 1 back for your championship game should you get to it. And then it's on to the state tournament. 3 teams will qualify out of this bracket for the state tournament, as that is a walk issue to Klinger, and he'll take first base. So 1 aboard for Catalyst, and we'll get a courtesy runner for Klinger. Looks like that'll be Michael Lee, the sophomore, who will courtesy run. Good look again at the battery from our center field camera. Big backstop, nowhere really to look behind the plate as far as viewpoint goes here, as that one's across for strike 1. Beautiful field. We're actually seated on the third base side, third base dugout. And we are above that as that is hit foul and out of play for strike 2. Quick throw over to first, trying to get Lee, and he is back in time. That one gets across for ball 1, 1 and 2 the count. Pitch number 57 upcoming for Cabalca. And that one is there for strike 3, and Cotelis is down looking on strikes. And I'll bring up the DH Glasser. Struck out his first appearance this afternoon. Glasser again, no extra base hits on the season. That is the fourth strikeout recorded by Cabalca. That one is chopped to the mound. A hard charging play by the second baseman Shear to get Glasser. And that will do it for Charleroi in the top half of the fourth. The runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Still 2-1 Charleroi here as we go to the bottom of the fourth on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Back here at Burkett Park, Eric Thomas with you. It's the bottom of the fourth inning and still 2-1 Charleroi. And Tyler Shear will stand in. We'll get you Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard authority update here in this inning as Shear is retired to begin play here in the fourth.
Now batting left fielder number 25, Will Zwolniak.
Zwolniak will stand in once again. He singled earlier. Takes a look at strike 1. And that's in there for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. And that's there for ball 2. 2-1 the count. And that one is low for ball 3. Hit foul. And down on strikes goes Walnick for the second out of the inning. 5th strikeout now for Woods. A couple of out-of-town scoreboard updates brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. While driving, you can relax and ride. Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. Remember, senior citizens ride for free. On the baseball side, bottom of the 5th right now, East Allegheny leads Mohawk 5-0. Shenango will be in action tonight at 7. And on the softball side, Elwood City has a 4-2 lead on Burrell right now as well. Union, the number 1 seed in both single A brackets for baseball and softball. They await their fate, their winners that they'll face. That's a chopper to third. Hard throw over to first and a beautifully executed play by the third baseman, Henderson. And Laurel goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the fourth. Still 2-1 Charleroi here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Congratulations to our April LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Shenango Girls Track and Field as April's LCAP Team of the Month after hosting the semis and qualifying for the WPIAL Finals. Congratulations to Coach John Montgomery and the Shenango Girls Track and Field team, your April LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Nick Fernitti of Elwood City Track as the April LGKG Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month after breaking the school record in the 300-meter hurdles and helping his team to the WPIAL Finals. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Ava Koski of Neshannock Track as April's LGKG Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month for breaking her own school record in the high jump and going undefeated in the year in duels. Congratulations and best of luck, Neshannock's Ava Koski and Elwood City's Nick Fernitti, your LGKG Athletes of the Month, presented by the Red Zone.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project. Go to the top of the fifth inning here at Burkett Park. And for Charleroi, it'll be top of the order, Pager, Beveridge, and Henderson. If anybody gets on, O'Neill. Pager 0 for 2 today. He's popped out and flown out. And for Kabalka, 60 pitches now, and he has scattered 5 hits. Those 2 runs, both earned, sharply hit up the middle, and playable at short for Santini, but his throw 1 hops over towards the fence, and that is going to allow Pager to reach safely on an error.
Now batting center fielder number 1, Jake Beveridge.
And Jake Beveridge with a chance here. He's singled and scored a run, and he's also flown out. Kabalka has, again, pitched pretty well since he got touched in the first. Gave up both earned runs in the top half of the first. He's only walked 1 and struck out 4. 61 pitches now as Beveridge squares the bunt. Charleroi trying to manufacture 1 more run here. 3 runs for a lineup that hits .312. Not a power lineup, though. They do not have a home run this season. 18 doubles, though. That bunt popped up, and Kabalka misplayed it. They're actually going to get the man at second, even though he misplayed it, so Pager is gone. And then reaching on the fielder's choice at first is going to be Beveridge. That took a high hop. Pager didn't quite take off for second. He wasn't sure if Kabalka was going to make the play or not, and he was stuck on first base. Pager turned and fired, or rather Kabalka turned and fired to get Pager. So Laurel benefits there. They get the lead runner first out of the inning, but Beveridge is going to reach on the fielder's choice. Quick throw down to first, and back in time is going to be Beveridge. Sharp swing up the middle. This should be 2, or could be 2. Santini steps on second and then gets it over to first in time for the final out on the double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the fifth. Still 2-1 Charleroi here in the WPIAL first round.
More and more, people are consuming information on screens. Businesses that want to engage, educate, or entertain clients are turning to Toshiba to provide inspired communication with digital signage experiences that attract attention in novel and entertaining ways. Information needs to be managed to be effective, and organizations can trust Toshiba to provide solutions for improved workflow, which help to securely store, organize, and manage information, whether in digital or physical form. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Back here in the bottom of the fifth at Burkett Park, Eric Thomas with you here on the Lawrence County Sports Network as Laurel trying to find some offense here. It's going to be Braden Faulkner to start things off here. Both pitchers have really settled down. Woods scattered 3 hits, only allowed the 1 run, has walked 1 and struck out 5. And he is back to work now for Charleroi. And a first pitch swinging for Faulkner for strike 1. Faulkner didn't quite go the whole way around that time. One 3-0 for Laurels. We're going to get a quick conference on the mound with Klinger and Woods. It's going to allow Jason Burks, who is coaching third base here for Laurel, to talk to his batter, Faulkner. Couple of games about to get underway in the next hour or so. Shenango, one of them. You can tune in to the Lawrence County Sports Network for all the action. Elwood City softball is in the books. They win today 4-2, and Mohawk's going to have to rally. They are down 5-0 to East Allegheny, so that powerful number 2 seed in the AAA bracket on the ropes early on. Yeah, shame that the season for those guys might be coming to a close here in round number 1. Laurel trying to still find some offense here as Faulkner is ahead 3-1. And he is going to draw the walk. Leadoff walk for Faulkner to get back to the top of the order, and Kissick, and then followed by Santini. Kissick is singled and struck out. Kissick trying to get on base here. He has drawn 20 walks this season, so keep an eye on him, how patient he stays at the plate here at this at-bat. Maybe try to extend Woods a little bit in the home half of the 5th. Squares the bunt, lays it down. Going to be a tough play for Woods. Kissick speeding down the line. The throw is wide. And off to third goes Faulkner. Faulkner rounding third. He is going to cruise on in, and we are tied at 2. So there's going to be an error, a throwing error on the play. That throw by Woods wide of the bag at first. It drew the first baseman Cotelis off. Kissick had a really good line, and he sped down the first base side. That was going to be a close play anyway. Now throw over. It's going to be an E1. Kissick reaches. Faulkner scoring all the way from third, and we're tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Santini stands in now. Santini, that is high for ball 1. 1-0 to Lucas Santini. Struck out, flew out, and we're going to get a visit on the mound here. Luke Mullis, a 1999 Charleroi grad, the head coach of the Cougars, played both baseball and football. He was an assistant under Brian Corrin. He's also the former Charleroi head football coach. He is out to talk to his starter, as he is a little rattled here. This will be our first LGKG trip to the mound. Consultation time. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Your insurance company not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garvey, Kelly, and George are. So Mullis will walk off, and Woods will stay out there. 2 get aboard on a walk and an error, and the tie and run has scored here in the bottom of the 5th. Little life now for the Spartans with Santini standing in, and Kabalka is on deck. Quick throw over to first by Woods. Kissick is back. 47 stolen bases on the season for Laurel. .87 walks drawn. They've struck out, not counting the handful today, 122 times this season. So a lineup that hits .293 collectively, but the 47 stolen bases, the number to watch right now with Kissick on first as the go-ahead run. Santini sharply hit the short, bobbled at short, and Kissick is going to slide in there safely as Pager couldn't pick it off the ground clean. And we may have another error here in this inning for Charleroi. That was sharply hit by Santini. Pager got up and didn't quite have his hand on it. It's going to be a fielder's choice officially, but now the go-ahead run on second, and Kabalka trying to help his own cause here. He has been hit by a pitch and walked this afternoon, and Woods, who there really is no in-between with Woods. I mean, he is either lights out on the mound or he will run into some trouble. There is no in-between with him on the season. He is at a point right now where he is in some trouble, and he has pitched very well here this afternoon. But he is in some lukewarm water at this point now for Charleroi. Runner on second is Kissick. At first, Santini at the dish. It's Kabalka. And a big cut by Kabalka is going to foul that off, and it's 2-1. Good look there at the Charleroi threads as they go with that old school nameplate across the chest. Reminiscent of how some of the major league teams used to do it back in the day. The White Sox had that way back in the day. Three and one the count now to Kabalka. Carlson, who, yes, he's flown out twice. Probably don't want to face him at this point with anybody on. He has the penchant for driving the runs in. And Kabalka looks at ball 4, and he is aboard on a walk now. The third is Kissick, second Santini, and standing on first is Kabalka. No outs. And the catcher, Colton Carlson, 24 RBI on the season. Has struck out just 4 times and 7 doubles. Leads the team with 29 hits. Bases loaded here for Laurel. Perfect opportunity here in the 5th. That one is upstairs for ball 1. That one is ripped in the air to center. And backpedaling to make the play as Beveridge. Tagging at third is going to be Kissick. Advancing to third is Santini, and Laurel's got the lead 3-2. Well, now we got heads-up base running. A courtesy runner for Kabalka, advancing to second. Nobody paying any attention at second base.
Now batting second baseman number 22, Tyler Shear.
So they intentionally walk McBride. And that gets to Shear. Shear singled and scored a run. He's also grounded out. But bases loaded again here with 1 out. So that goes as a sacrifice for Carlson. Shear looks at the ball low, and it's now 2-0. Courtesy runner for Kabalka is in there, and that's Anthony Zaccardi. Courtesy runner brought to you by Castle Asphalt. Castle Asphalt and Construction knows the importance of making a good first impression, no matter how elegant your home or office may be. Matching it with poor road surfaces can make your friends and potential clients regret making the trip. CastleAsphalt.com for more info, as it's now 3-0 to Shear. Bases loaded, 1 out. Laurel has the lead now, 3-2 after the sacrifice by Carlson. His 25th RBI this season. Woods in a lot of hot water here. That one is sharply hit out to center, and Beveridge is there to make the play, but tagging and heading home and dropping the ball and sliding in there is going to be Santini. The runners advance again. Klinger couldn't hang on to it. It was a wide throw. He had to dive to try to tag Santini, and he didn't have a clean hold on it. And Laurel's added another one here for a 4-2 lead.
Now batting left fielder number 25, Will Zwolnick.
And I'll bring up Will Zwolnick, who singled and struck out. That's a sac fly and an RBI for Shear. Up the middle, or rather third base side, mishandled there at short by Pager, and that's going to get the run all the way in. They still have trouble in the outfield handling it, and on to second is going to be Zwolnick. And it has opened up big time now for Laurel as they get 2 more across. And that's going to do it for Woods here in this game. The pitching change, your red zone call to the bullpen. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Ashannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Voted best of the best in Lawrence County. That is the red zone in Newcastle. A 5 spot here for Laurel in the 5th. That's an RBI single for Zwolnick. And that is going to force Charleroi to go to the bullpen here, and that's going to be Jake Korn who's going to step in. Get you the final line on Woods here when we can. Korn is 2-2 this season, 21 1/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 11 earned runs, 16 walks, struck out 24, and has a 3.64 ERA. And his job right now is to get them out of this inning in a big hurry. There's 2 outs. And let's see the changes here, if any, as Woods is going to go to second, it looks like, for Usher. Usher was not in the batting order today for Charleroi. So Usher is out at second. Woods will go replace him. They'll keep him in the lineup for his bat, obviously. And the new pitcher is going to be Korn. So now that we got that all squared away, it's going to bring up Connor Mackerel, the third baseman for Laurel, as they have put together a monster inning. That is chopped back up the middle. Got to hustle over to first to make the play, and Mackerel is going to beat him down the line for an infield single. That was a slow roller and a tough play to make over at first. That's going to go now to Faulkner, who led things off. Cotel's playing way towards second base that time. And Laurel has batted around here in the fifth. All this with 2 outs, and then speeding down the line to first. Or down the line from first is Mackerel. So he is at second. Zwolnik is at third. Faulkner, who walked and scored a run to begin this whole thing. He scored the tying run in this game. Back up for his second go here in the fifth. 6-2 Laurel. And this all started on a walk, an error, a fielder's choice, another walk, sacrifice, a walk, another sacrifice, then an RBI single. And this should do it maybe for the inning. No, it will not, as Faulkner gets around. They will get one more run out of it. And then out at home is going to be Mackerel to end the inning. 6 runs. They do it all on 2 hits. The benefit of an error, and there are none left. Laurel takes a 7-2 lead rather. We go to the 6th here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Back here at Burkett Park, Eric Thomas with you as we are into the 6th inning. And for Charleroi, they now are in a 7-2 hole. It's going to be O'Neill, Woods, and Karenko. O'Neill has singled, scored a run, and struck out. The book on Woods on the mound, 4 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 7 runs, 2 earned, walked 4, struck out 5. And he faced 25 batters here in this game, so he would take the loss. Quickly 3-0 as Kabalka is back to work, and O'Neill is going to be aboard with a walk. Then I bring up Woods. Single on an RBI, grounded out to short. Kabalka's up to 70 pitches here. He's gone 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Let's see if Woods can get his offense going again here. Pair of RBI singles in the first, part of a 4-hit inning for Charleroi. They were cruising here with Woods on the mound, and then a walk, a fielder's choice, an error, another walk. And that inning just got to be an absolute mess for Charleroi late in this game, and Laurel Looks like they might be in control of this one here as we are into the top of the 6th now. Wood stands in there and he looks at ball 3, 3-0 the count. With Karenko on deck. We're going to get a conference on the mound here. A trip to the mound brought to you by LGKG. Visit them online at lgkg.com. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 90 years. Santini would be the next guy, but it does not look like they're going to make a pitching change just yet. With Kabalka, gets the vote of confidence, and he will be back on the bump here to work to Woods, 3-0. All those RBIs by Laurel in the 5th. Toshiba RBIs, call Dale at 412-290-2156 or visit business.toshiba.com and click on Find a Dealer Near You. 3-1 the count now. Woods looks at 2 quick strikes to make it a full count at 3-2. Again, 2A not back in action until Monday, so Kabalka could come back if needed, as Woods will draw the walk. That'll send O'Neill to second. Bring up Karanko, who has singled with an RBI. He's also grounded out to third in 2 appearances here today. And he looks at strike 1 from Kabalka. And he's in there for strike 2. And that is high for ball 1, 1-2. And in there for strike 3, and Karanko down looking with now 1 gone and 2 on. And I bring up Dylan Klinger, the catcher, singled and struck out. His 2 appearances here today. That's the 6th strikeout for Kabalka this afternoon. Into the early evening here. We are just a shade over 6 o'clock here at Burkett Park. This game started slightly late today because the first game ran a little bit into the time frame, the allotted warm-up time, as Klinger looks at strike 2 and quickly Kabalka ahead in the count with 1 out. Ball 1, so 1-2 now. Hit foul over the Laurel dugout. Stays 1-2. O'Neill on second, Woods on first. Klinger at the plate, and Cotelis is on deck for Charleroi. That one is low and outside for ball 2, 2-2. Staying alive is Klinger. And he looks at strike 3, so 2 straight looking. As Kabalka has struck out the last 2 batters. Cotelis will stand in. He is grounded out and struck out. Cotelis representing the last hope here for Charleroi in the 6th, as that one is high, misses for ball 1. In the bottom of the inning, so Faulkner reached on an error to close the fifth. That means we're back to the top of the order for Laurel. And that one's missing for ball 2. Quick throw to second, and back in time is O'Neill. Three 0 the count now to Cotelis. That one gets across for strike one, 3-1. That one is hit in the air to center. Backpedaling and making the play is McBride. And that will do it for Charleroi in the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-2 Laurel on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Back here at Burkett Park, Eric Thomas with you here. 7-2 Laurel in front of Charleroi as we get to the bottom of the 6th inning. And it'll be Korn who is back out for his second inning of work. It'll be Kissick, Santini, and Kobalka for Spartans, who are back to the top of the order. So Faulkner, just to clear that up at the end of the inning, Faulkner reached on an error safely. They got their 7th run, and then Mackerel tried to score at the end of the inning, and he was out at home plate. So that sends us back to the top here in the 6th. As Kissick looking at ball 1. He has singled, struck out, reached on an error, and scored a run. That's in there for ball 2, and quickly 2-0. Coming up after the game, we will have our Bailey Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies, changes in weather, spending too much time on the bleachers. They can all affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pain, sinus pressure, and even congestion can all be alleviated by chiropractic work. Call Bailey Chiropractic to schedule your appointment today. That'll be after the game. We'll also announce our MVP of the game today, brought to you by MVP Insurance. Get in the game at MVP Insurance. That is low. And Kissick will be aboard with a walk.
Now batting, shortstop, number 4, Lucas Santini.
Lucas Santini will stand in. Struck out. Flown out to center. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Part of that massive 6th-run 5th. Korn gets strike 1 across. In the top of the 7th for Charleroi, it'll be, assuming no changes, Glasser, Pager, and Beveridge to come back for the Cougars here, which will be their last chance. That is low for ball 1, 1-1. And if Laurel hangs on, they will play the number 1 seed Sarah Catholic on Monday afternoon. Monday, site and time to be determined, as we will get through the rest of the first round here in the next couple of days. And then, again, AA has off till Monday, which is awkward that they'll have off till Monday and then go back-to-back Monday and Tuesday. That one inside and it hit Santini, so he is aboard. Down to second goes Kissick. Mohawk, and their season is coming to a close here as they will bat in the bottom of the 7th. It is the top of the 7th right now, and East Allegheny has a 6-1 lead on the Warriors on our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Bowser has the RBI for Mohawk. Tough day for Vinny Pizzullo on the mound. 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. Struck out 7 and walked 1, but Mohawk down 6-1 now in the 7th. They'll get one more crack at it here in the bottom of the 7th to try to keep their season alive. Pitch got across for strike 1, so it's 0-1 to Kabalka. Big cut for strike 1. Strike 2, I beg your pardon. Santini and Kissick are the 7th and 8th players in the Spartans lineup to reach base today without getting a hit. Kabalka fouls that one back to stay at 0-2. Kabalka was hit by a pitch in the first. He then walked in the third. Air, fielder's choice, 3 walks in the 5th. And a walk here and a hit by pitch in this inning as well, and it's 1-2 now to Kabalka. Zaccardi is into pinch run for Santini, by the way. As Kabalka fouls that one away. Once again, it stays at 1-2. Corn, and he delivers ball 2. It's 2-2. So Santini is out of the lineup. He is going to go down to the bullpen and warm up, presumably to come in the 7th. Big cut by Kabalka, and he is down swinging for out number 1. So if they go to the change, Kabalka 6 innings, 5 hits, scattered 5, 2 runs, both earned back in the first, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. Good day on the mound for him. He settled down after the early salvo by Charleroi, and that'll bring in Colton Carlson. Sharply hit to third. Stepping on third is Henderson. Will throw back across the diamond to draw off the first baseman. So Carlson is aboard on a fielder's choice. Get the lead runner at third for the second out, and then to second is going to be Zaccardi. And J.J. McBride will stand in. He is grounded out, struck out, walked, and scored a run this afternoon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 7-2 Laurel. And it is poked in the air to second, and that is how the inning will come to a close. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We have played 6 here at Burkett Park, going to the 7th. Laurel trying to close the door in the Lawrence County Sports Network.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes
on and off the field.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
So out to close it out will be Kabalka. He will at least get the chance here to close things out. It'd be a non-save situation for anybody who comes in unless the tie and run gets aboard. Santini had left the base path after he reached in the last inning, and he went down to the bullpen and warmed up. There are actual bullpens here. It's a very sharp facility. It's got the turf on the infield and very well decorated and manicured here, but they do have bullpens on each side, which is very nice, and the dugout's fenced in. So it looks like Santini will be back out at short, and Kabalka with a chance here to close the door and get his team to the second round on Monday afternoon against the top seed, Sarah Catholic. Glasser will lead things off here for Charleroi. Struck out, grounded out, and he looked at strike one. And did not quite offer that time. 1-1 the count out of Glasser. That one is sharply hit up the middle to second, and Shear tosses it over to first, and there's one gone. So back to the top of the order we go with Pager and Beveridge for Charleroi. One more game here at Burkett Park tonight. Scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch. That will not start on time. It is Jeanette and Burgettstown. That's the bottom half of the bracket in 2A. Try to run down the finals for you from across the bracket during our post-game show here tonight, as Pager is ahead 2-0 in the count. He is grounded out, flown out, reached on an error. Thrown out at second, back in the fifth. 2-1 now the count. 97 pitches now for Kabalka. Back right to him. He is going to toss it over to first, and there are two gone. So that'll bring up Jake Beveridge, the final chance here for Charleroi with 2 outs, and that also means that at 98 pitches, Kabalka can try to go complete game here. And that is missing upstairs for ball one. That one is hit in the air out to center, and making the play to close the door is going to be McBride. 3 up and 3 down for Charleroi here in the top of the 7th inning, and they will go quietly as Laurel wins this one today 7-2, and they will advance to the second round, the quarterfinal round of the bracket, as they will take on Sarah Catholic, the #1 seed, on Monday at a site and time to be determined. We'll add up the final numbers for you, come back, give our play of the game out and our MVP of the game out as well. Laurel a winner today, a nice rally for the Spartans. They win it 7-2 Postgame show comes your way next year from Burkett Park on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. With smarter printing, you are unleashed. The office is wherever you are, and Toshiba makes it seamless to print whatever, wherever, and whenever. Our mobile printing applications allow you to print or scan to both Toshiba and third-party MFPs right from your mobile device. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
That was awesome.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Back here in the postgame show from Burkett Park, Eric Thomas now joined by Laurel head coach Jason Burks. Congratulations on a great win today. I want to ask you about your starter, but I also want to ask you about that 5th inning. I mean, you talk about get the job done. I mean, how many base hits in that inning? 1, 2? You reach on 3 walks, a fielder's choice, and an error, and you make them pay by getting 6 runs across. Talk a little bit about that.
Our style a little bit, we like to be aggressive. I think one of the things that kind of sparked that was R.J. Kizik's. We put a bunt and run on, and we got the right fielder to bobble it on the overthrow. I think Braden Faulkner scored on it, going first to home. We like to be aggressive on the base pass, steal bases, get guys in motion, and make guys make play. And that's been our thing all year, and that's what our guys did in that inning.
Woods was pitching very well for them, too. I mean, he had really looked sharp in those middle innings. I mean, were you just kind of telling your guys to be patient? You know, if you see an opportunity here, take advantage of it. I mean, are you thinking in your mind when you get a couple of guys on at that point, well, maybe we manufacture a run here? I mean, I don't think anybody thought that thing was going to explode in the 5th like it did.
No, I mean, I'm a big fan of manufacturing runs, and, our guys have kind of bought into that. Woods threw a great game. He's a great pitcher. He was working us backwards a little bit. We struggled at the beginning. And just being able to get some guys on base, get guys in motion, I'm blessed with a team full of athletes that can play the small ball game and make that happen.
And Hunter, after you guys get tagged for 2 in the 1st, he really settled down. He was fantastic for you today, too.
Hunter's been a dog all year. I tell him that. The other thing is we're blessed with a 1A and a 1B. Right now, Hunter's been our 1A. He kept New Brighton to 1 hit, freed him to 3 hits. Lucas Santini's been our 1B, and I think he's going to give Sarah Catholic a heck of a game on Monday when he goes out onto the mound. But, can't say enough things about Hunter. He's been fantastic for the last month, and, blessed to have coached him for 2 years. And, like I told him before the game and I told him after, he's the catalyst of this program.
I was going to ask you quick, too, about Monday, because you get the break now, so you can go back to Hunter if you need to. little weird how they do the schedule with the gap here today until Monday, but then you have to come right back on Tuesday if you win on Monday. So you have to sort of, figure out what you want to do. But you're going to go obviously with your normal 1-2 then. Well,
maybe. I mean, you might have to show up and see for yourself what we do. But sometimes I like to be a little bit creative in our tactics, and it's hard to not have Hunter Kabalka on the mound, but it's easy to have Lucas Santini on the mound. Either one, I feel very confident in.
Have you seen Sarah this year?
I have not.
Okay, so this will be the first time.
Correct.
Number 1 seed. I mean, no better chance to get to a semi than to go through the top dog, I guess.
Well, Wpial playoffs is what it's about. You got to beat the best to be the best, and if we can play like this, play solid defense, make plays, get guys in motion, make things happen. There's still 21 outs that need to be made, and they still have to try to score more runs than we do. And Sarah's a great team, and we know that. But one thing, my guys is, we're blessed to battle. And that's one of our mantras, is just battling every single day.
All right, we'll see you Monday.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a big win. That's a nice job by Jason Burks, the head coach of the Laurel Spartans. Winners today 7-2 over Charleroi. They come back after being down 2-0 in the top of the first. They get a run across in the second, and then 5 in the sixth inning, or the fifth inning rather, 6 in the fifth inning. We'll go over the scoring recap here for you in one moment. So that means on Monday they will play the number 1 seed, Sarah Catholic. Sarah Catholic had a bye in the first round, so it'll be Laurel and Sarah Catholic on Monday, site and time to be released later. Time now to give you the scoring recap for this one, and it was pretty wild. After a couple of runs in the first, our scoring recap and stats brought to you by Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow them to help any project and meet any challenge. Building the community for over 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. For Charleroi, 2-5-2. They got the 2 in the first. They had a pair of singles to really get things going here. Jake Beveridge singled and scored a run in the top of the first. Tyler O'Neill also singled. He scored a run. Those RBIs driven in by Woods and Karanko, who each had singles. All 4 hits in the inning were singles. That is it as far as runs go for Charleroi. They had an opportunity really in the fifth when they got they were back at the top of the order, and they were able to get Pager on via air, a fielder's choice for Beveridge. Pager then was thrown out at second, and then the unassisted double play from Lucas Santini at short to end the threat. But that was the next best threat that Charleroi had in this game in the fifth inning, and then it all unraveled in the fifth inning really for the Cougars as well, as Laurel put together the 6-run inning. They got on the board first with a sacrifice RBI by Braden Faulkner in the bottom of the second. That scored Tyler Shear. That was part of a 2-hit inning for the Spartans. And then in the fifth, 6 runs, and they only had just 2 hits. It started with a Faulkner walk back to the top of the order. Kissick reached on an air, a fielder's choice for Santini. Kabalka walked, and then a sacrifice by Colton Carlson to drive in a run. A walk by J.J. McBride, another sacrifice by Tyler Shear out to center field, and then a 2 RBI single by Will Zwolnick really broke the thing open, and they were able to plate 6 across, take the 7-2 lead. That is how we ended up in the final in this one here this afternoon, 7-5-1 for Laurel in the victory. The loss today to Caden Woods, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 7 runs, 2 earns, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. He faced 25 batters. Jake Corn came into relief. He threw an inning and a third, 1 hit, didn't allow a run, walked 1, struck out 1, and faced 7 batters. For Laurel, their starter, Hunter Kabalka, went the complete game today, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he faced 29 batters on the season. You heard Jason talk about that in our interview there. Lucas Santini likely to start on Monday. We'll see what happens if he decides to go back to Kabalka, but he will have him on full rest if needed, as the game isn't going to be played until Monday, sometime Monday afternoon. Our post-game awards here this afternoon, the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Lucas Santini of Laurel. That was the unassisted double play in the fifth. Made a great play in the hole at short, stepped on the bag at second, and then a sharp and very quick throw over at first to get Henderson to end the inning and end the last threat that Charleroi had. So Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Luca for tonight's play of the game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video of tonight's play of the game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on X and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Luca Santini of Laurel for tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game Award, this is a no-brainer. MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP of the Game Award to Hunter Kabalka of Laurel. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Hunter as tonight's MVP. He'll get a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's MVP of the game. To view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Hunter Kabalka for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. A complete game, scattered 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Kabalka, and he got the job done on the mound after getting touched for 2 runs in the top of the first inning. All adds up to a Laurel 7-2 victory. They are on to the quarterfinals to take on Sarah Catholic, the number 1 seed in AA, and that will come your way on Monday at a site and time to be determined. Just tune into the Lawrence County Sports Network website, lcsportsnet.com. We'll have the schedule of where we will be the remainder of the week and also coming up next week for the quarterfinals. That'll do it for our coverage here this afternoon from Burkett Park. We hope you enjoyed that. Congratulations to Laurel, a 7-2 winner over Charleroi. They're on to the next round, and we will talk to you then. Have a great night. Take care, and bye-bye.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.